There are Christmases you remember because of what you received, and there are Christmases you remember because of where you were. In Maroa, Christmas was never just a day on the calendar. It was a season stitched together from small, ordinary moments that, when added up, felt like something extraordinary. If homecoming showed the pride of the town, Christmas showed its heart. It began with the lights. Not the kind you see in big cities, coordinated displays timed to music with crowds taking pictures, but the smaller, humbler kind. A single strand around a porch, a glowing candle in a window, the soft flicker of lights wrapped around the old spruce tree outside the bank. They weren't meant to impress, they were meant to welcome. Every December, the cafe added a wreath to its front door. The hardware store set up a small table of handmade ornaments near the register. The post office taped construction paper snowflakes in the lobby, the edges curled from the kids' mitten fuzz and the kind of glitter that sticks to everything, no matter how long you try to sweep it away. Students arrived restless, pulling off hats and unwrapping scarves with a kind of energy that made teachers rethink their life choices. Christmas music drifted from classroom speakers. Paper chains looped across whiteboards. Someone always hung a decoration that fell down every hour without fail, and nobody bothered to fix it. It was part of the charm. The last week before break always felt half real, half dream. The concerts, the art projects, the hot chocolate that never stayed hot, the scramble to find boots that matched, the faint smell of peppermint following kids down the hallway. But the moment Christmas truly arrived in Maroa was when the town filled with people who no longer lived there. Everyone came home. College kids, married kids, grown kids with jobs and mortgages and lives bigger than the one they left behind. They drifted into the cafe, the gas station, the grocery store, faces the town remembered instantly, whether they expected to be remembered or not. I used to think coming home was a simple thing. You drove, you parked, you walked inside. But the truth is, coming home is as emotional as it is physical. It reconnects pieces of you that you didn't know had come loose. Christmas has a way of doing that. One December evening, years ago, I walked into the school gym for the holiday program. It looked exactly as it always had. Folding chairs lined up in perfect rows, parents shrugging off coats, grandparents settling into their seats with the delighted focus of people attending the opera. The stage was covered in glitter and construction paper, a scene that only made sense if you understood the enthusiasm of children and the stubbornness of glue sticks. A dozen kids in oversized holiday sweaters walked out, each one scanning the crowd for someone they loved. And just before the music started, I noticed something familiar. 3 generations sitting side by side. A grandmother who once sold tickets at football games. A father who used to run suicides on this very gym floor. A child standing on stage who had no idea they were part of a story much bigger than themselves. That moment, a small, ordinary moment, hit me harder than all the holiday lights combined. Because Christmas in Maroa wasn't about the gifts. It wasn't about perfection. It wasn't about tradition. It was about presence. It was about people choosing to come back, choosing to gather, choosing to be part of a place where the lines between family and community blurred until they were nearly the same. Later that night, I walked out into the cold air and saw the town glowing quietly under a thin layer of snow. The storefronts were closed, but the windows were warm. A few footprints marked the sidewalk. The street lights hummed softly, casting a golden path all the way to the school parking lot. And I felt it. The kind of peace that doesn't come from silence, but from belonging. Years later, when I think of Christmas, I don't think of gifts or trees or presents. I think of the gym lights, the paper snowflakes, the doors opening and closing as people came home. I think of a town that didn't simply celebrate the season, it celebrated each other. Even though I've spent many Christmases far away, a part of me is always walking back into that gym, always looking for the familiar faces, always remembering that the truest meaning of coming home is feeling like you never really left.